Rachel. I'm going to talk about something that happened 1 week ago. I got to see O2L last week in Cleveland. And I'm just saying, I'm not from Cleveland, so I'm just throwing that out there. You guys have seen my O2L experience videos. There's only 3 parts to it. Those are up. I will put them right here somewhere. Maybe, yeah. And then we got to Cleveland, and I've never been to Cleveland before. I really wanted to sightsee, but we didn't. We got there, and it was crazy because our hotel was literally right down the street from House of Blues, is where we were going to go see O2L. I've never been in such a steep parking garage and so many turns. It was so crazy. But it was kind of cool because we actually got to be on the top, which is like, there was like 7 levels or something like that. And like, as I filmed and stuff over the edge, it was really cool because it was like a big view of like some part of Cleveland. Went to the hotel, found a room, got a room, because me and Haley were going to have our own room, and then her dad and his friend were going to have their own room. One room wasn't ready, so we all just went in together and one dropped our stuff off. Started walking towards the House of Blues together, and then they pretty much just walked us there, and then they went and got some lunch, and we didn't really eat. And then we were standing in line. She called her dad, and he got us pizza. We ate pizza in line. It was kind of cool though, because like, well, I've never like waited for something like that before, like for so long. We waited 2.5 hours in that line, which thank God we did. Thank God. It was kind of cool though, like talking to the people in front of us. But it was kind of cool though, because we talked to other people, we talked to each other, you know, we chilled. We like pretty much majority of the time, the whole line was like sitting down on the ground. So we were sitting there and just like eating pizza on the streets of Cleveland in line for O2L, which is kind of crazy, but it did. And it was kind of fun though, being in line. And during the time we were in line, I wanted to vlog, but again, we were surrounded by a lot of people in that line, so I didn't really want to do it. But just so you guys know, we did stand in that line for 2.5 hours. I wish I would have filmed something and took some pictures or something, but I didn't. And then we got in. They were not about to let us in because I had a camcorder, which honestly, it did not say anything that we could not bring a camcorder. I thought we were upstairs because I've never been in like like something like that before. Because I knew there was an upstairs and like a floor, and I thought it was an upstairs, but then she's like, he was like, that's the floor because that's a stage. So I'm like, okay. So we went down these little stairs, and then walked over, and it was the floor. And I'm like, where's the stage? Because like, I'm short and I could not see the stage because we were way in the back. Honestly, we were way in the back on the floor. I've never been on a floor to a concert before, so I didn't know what it was like. So that was my first time experiencing that. And let me tell you, if you've seen it, like, I have my hair in braids. I took my braids out while we got in there. Let me tell you, I did not know how hot I was gonna be and how sweaty I was gonna be. No, I didn't know that, okay? Pretty much like maybe a half hour in the show, I had my hair down, and I'm just like, all these people are all around me. I was getting really hot, so I threw my hair up, and usually I have to make sure about my hair because I'm very a perfectionist about it. Like, it bothers me if certain things isn't right about my hair. So I just threw it up, and I felt like there were like bumps in my ponytail, but I'm like, forget it. I'm not dealing with that right now. It's just, we're in the dark, whatever. The show was just amazing. Like, I can't even tell you. Right before they came on, like, as the announcer guy, or whatever you want to call him, when he announced them to come out for the first time, and they all came on stage, oh my god, I was just about to burst into tears. I'm not even kidding. I was shaking like this. I was like, oh my god, they are real people. Like, I mean, it's not behind a computer screen anymore. They can see you. You can't just see them. They can see you back. And it's just, it's such a weird feeling. Honestly, it was the best moment. They're not behind a screen anymore. They're not on YouTube anymore. They're in front of you. They are on stage. They're in the same room as you. You're breathing the same air as them. It's just that amazing feeling. You see them for the first time. And we kind of waited a little bit, wait for people to get out. And so that's what we did. We went outside the venue. In front of the venue, we just hung out for a little bit in the venue. And then we walked around the block, and we seen, I guess this was behind the House of Blues, we seen a bunch of girls on the fence and everything, on this fence. And so we immediately ran over there, and first Haley climbed the fence, and then she looked over and she said their tour bus was right over the fence, like literally right over there. And so we were all freaking out, and so then she got down, I got up there. I had video of it, I took video, and I took a bunch of pictures. She wanted to go to the bathroom and she didn't want to wait. 'Cause we heard that they were going to come back out at 10 and the show ended at 8:30. So it was like almost 9 at that point. So we went to the bathroom and then we walked back over there. So we sat down with a bunch of girls. We didn't know them, obviously. We just sat down and waited last couple cities before our show. They either didn't come out or they didn't get to meet everybody because people were pushing and shoving and they were being loud and they weren't being cooperative. I was a little bit nervous about if we were actually going to meet them or not. Someone said that someone was making an announcement. Everyone ran over to the entrance area and we just stood by the fence. Then Haley got on video that it was JC and Kim were way back. They were just standing over by themselves. And then you see Ricky, and then there was Sam, and you can't really see Connor, but I kind of figured out in the video I have. Connor was standing over there, but he was like more in the dark, so you couldn't really see him very well. That happened, and we had to wait in this big mob. And throughout the whole mob, whatever, people, we were kind of in the back, and again, we were like really close to people and everything, and we had to try to keep calm. We had to keep everyone to be quiet, and like we all had to keep shushing each other, tell people not to push each other, you know, just stay calm, you know, just keep cooperating so we can all have that chance of meeting them. And they started only letting 5 people in because they made this circle type thing with the gate stuff or whatever, I don't know what you call it. They did that, and then on the other side, whoever was out there at the time, because I heard that all 6 of them were out there at the same time, but then some of them kept leaving and coming back. I feel bad for Haley because by the time we got up to the front, Connor left, and if you don't know that how I am with JC, she's like that with Connor, and he left and he never came back. And she never got to meet him, and I never got to. By the time we got to the front, they were saying either a picture or an autograph, not both. Ever since we were in that mob, I was wanting to get a picture with them, and I wanted to have them say hi to my vlog or something like that. You know, get them on camera like this and get a picture. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. They kept saying that and they kept saying that, and I'm thinking, would I be able to even do that? Because I mean, they didn't say that, but I really was tempted. Like, I was gonna have it recording, maybe like flip it up or something, and like, even if it could have been bad video, could have still done video. I didn't. I just kept my camcorder in my hand and had my camera on. We got to the front of the line. We were waiting for us to be let in. They let us in by 5, and we were standing there waiting for the security guard to start letting the next 5 in. And you can see I was standing there. I zoomed in on JC's face. I zoomed in on Ricky's face. I zoomed in on Keaton's face. That were the only 3 left standing out there. And I'm like, oh my god, they're like right there, you know, they're right there. And like that was probably like the only video I would have had of them like right there. Then they let us in, and we were in line for Ricky was the first one. Ricky was the first one, so we got in line because there was only like a couple of people ahead of us, like maybe 2 or 3. So we just stood there and like, oh my god, and like we were shaking so bad. We're like, oh my god, we're gonna like meet them. Like I was shaking like this, like I'm not even kidding. And so like it was just such an unreal experience. It was so crazy. Haley was in front of me. She met Ricky, and I was waiting there, and it was kind of crazy because like when he gave her a hug, he looked right at me, and I was just like smiling. I'm like, oh my god. I was smiling so hard because like he looked right at me. And then they took their picture, and then she went on to the next line, whatever. So I went up to him and I was like, he's like, hi, how are you? I was like, I'm good, how are you? And he's like, he's good. So I gave him a hug, and then I was like, can you take a picture of us? And he took a picture of us, and he had to like bend down for me because I'm short. And I was like, after that I was like, I love you so much. And he's like, I love you too. And I was like, oh my god. So then we got in line to the next one, and the next one was JC. I've never met anybody before, and this is just like, I didn't know what to say, I didn't know what to do. I was just like freaking out because JC is like, I call him my YouTube idol because Justin Bieber is my idol, but JC is my YouTube idol because I make YouTube videos. I've been making videos since 2009. He inspires me to make better videos and keep going with what I want to do, and he just inspires me so much. Oh, it's just so perfect. Again, Haley was in front of me, and we were in this line, a couple of people, and I'm just like, oh my god, JC is right there. I was like this. I was like, oh my god, we were a couple feet away from him. Like, I couldn't. I was like, oh my god, you know, we were only a couple feet away from him, and just like, he's just so perfect in my mind. Like, no one understands. Like, oh my god, no one understands. And I can tell she was watching me when I went up to JC. I was like, I love you so much. I mean, I didn't do that with my hands, but I said that and I gave him a hug. He's like, oh yeah, or something. He said something like that, like in his voice or whatever, like really happily or whatever. And he said he loved me back. Like, oh my god. It's like, can you take a picture of us? Because I know if I would have done it, I would have screwed it up. I gave him my camera and he's like, sure. And so he took a picture of us and I was like, I love you. Thank you. Oh my god, it was just so perfect because like I wanted to say more, but I just it went by so fast and I had such a limited amount of time and so much was going through my mind, like I just couldn't get anything else out. So then the last one was Kian. He was the last one out there. He gave her like 3 hugs and I am so jealous. I'm just gonna say that right now. If you're watching this, Haley, I'm jealous of you. So then when I met him, you know, I was like, I love you so much, you know, and he was asking me how I was and stuff like that. I was like, can you take a picture of us? I thought he was just gonna smile, but you know, knowing Kian, he likes to make the most weirdest faces ever. So I didn't even know he made that face, honestly, because he had the camera like up here, right? Like right here. And we were like back here. And so I was just trying to smile and everything. Took a picture. I was like, thank you so much, I love you and stuff. And it was crazy because actually JC was in the background, even though he wasn't looking, he was looking at somebody else. But he was in the background of it. If you can see, it's very faint, but you can still see everything in the background. Even though Kian made a weird face in my picture, I really don't care. I still love it because he's just, he's perfect too. Like, I just can't. I walked over to Haley because she was waiting for me. And she took a picture of me and Kian, and I don't know if she posted that or not, honestly. But anyways, as I walked over to her because she was waiting for me, we started walking out, and we were like freaking out because we just met 3 out of 6. 3 out of 6 O2L members? That's freaking crazy. We didn't just meet 1, we didn't meet just 2, we met 3. We met half of O2L. Even though it wasn't all of them, we got half. Like, and honestly, like, as long as I got to meet JC, like, honestly, that just made me happy. We were walking, and I don't know where her dad came from. I don't know if he was waiting for us or what. But, her dad was with us, and then, we were, like, shaking. I was like, I'm shaking so bad. Like, and I wanted to vlog before we got back to the hotel. So, I was, obviously, if you've seen it, the struggle of being short and my friends tall. Like, honestly, I'm gonna say that was probably one of the best moments of my life, meeting them. Like, it does not even seem real. Like, I met 3 out of 6. Out of all things, so we didn't even get VIP, and we got to meet 3 out of 6. This whole experience of seeing them and meeting 3 out of 6 was just beyond perfect. Like, I can't even describe, you know, the feelings. I got to hug Ricky, JC, and Kian. You know, I got to say I love you to them. And they all hugged me back, and they all said they loved me back and everything. And I got to take a picture with 3 out of 6. And I just want to say that I love them so much, and they inspire me so much to keep doing what I'm doing right now, even though I barely have any subscribers. Still, I really don't care. I make videos because I want to. I just want to say, you know, I'm so thankful that they stayed after for over an hour meeting us, even though all of them didn't. I'm thankful for the 3 that stayed the most. And I'm thankful for everyone who cooperated and let us all have that moment that we wanted. That was my O2L experience. That was 1 week later of my O2L experience, and I will probably make a continuous video of this in 1 year. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me. And if you like hearing me talk about my experience for I don't know how long, please give it a thumbs up because you know you want to. And it'll help me out. It really does. Until then, I will see you guys next video I'm in. Bye!